What's up, y'all? My hand yellow cigarette smoke. Oh God, I got a question here. It could be me. It could just be me. It really could just be me. Putting your business on the internet on a whole nother level. Is it me, or is people putting their business on the internet on a whole different level? Now let me say this. I was born in the 70s and 77. So I'm starting to find out like there's different levels of different things. Like there's different levels of craziness. There's different levels of psychos. There's, different levels of sickness. There's different levels of being single. Are you single? Are you single? Or what? Like there's different chapters to each subject is what I'm starting to find out. And what I'm starting to find out is that putting your business on the internet is also like different levels. So let me say this. By me being born like in the 70s, which means I'm still, you know, traditional more than anything, and I'm old school. I'm moderate, I'm up to speed, but I'm still old school. And I'm starting to find out that putting your business on social media is also on another level. Like the level that I come from, like when we said putting your business on the internet and we was watching in and we was zoomed in and we was eating chicken and we didn't move, that was like, you talking about what you did or where you going or who you dating, or hell, you might be able to see some arguments inside the house about uh between two couples, or see something about the woman had a shopping fetish and the husband gave her some money and she chewed all the money up, or he had a gambling problem. Like it was the era I'm from, it is different type of levels of putting your business on the internet. But now I've been watching this different level of putting your business on the internet. It's like it's crazy, but I'm glad to be able to see what's going on. But at the same time, I can't believe it's going on, and I can't believe it's different levels of putting your business out on the internet. Like and it's normal. It's things that like traditional people, Gen X's, or people that come before would probably be ashamed of. But some of us that got hip to some of the newer stuff might have start, putting our business on the internet a little bit, or whatever, but it was still kind of boxed and it was still contained. Now, let's get to this putting your business on the internet on a whole different level business. I just been seeing some stuff, and I just be like, wow, and I see a lot of things, and I know about a lot of things, but the the things that I know about, or the things that I see, these were secrets to be kept. This was stuff that I'm gonna tell you something. Don't say no. I ain't gonna say nothing, girl. Girl, don't say nothing. But so and so, girl, don't say nothing. I mean, people was walking around with their business out, but they didn't know they was walking around with their business out. But now people walking around with their business out, and they want you to know they walking around with their business out. It ain't like you hearing from the horse's mouth. The horse is in front of the in front of the camera with his mouth moving, telling you what's going on. It's just a different type of flair, and it's normal. These people are normalizing it. Like the new putting your business on the street. Like I've been seeing everything on here. Like men on here talking about they got 7 or 8 different STDs wrapped in one. But the thing is, it's like they embracing it like it's normal. Like I mean, there's some that talk about stuff like this from a benefit to help other people, but then there's some people on here talking about it like this is just the new flair. Like I said, I'm appreciative because I'm glad to know what I know, or I'm glad to know this is going on. Or a lot of men out here, talking about like how they done met their transgender wives, which that's not really a problem, you know what I mean? But it's just so open now, and they out here talking about how they met and they locked us, and they took them to the house and X, Y, and Z. Like it's on a whole different level. Or they talking about how they going up in LA Fitness and what's going on with the men in the bathrooms and in the saunas and what they doing. Don't get me wrong. I've been around for a long time, and I've always known that this stuff go on at LA Fitness. Like, I've always known. But this was the meeting that was in the boys' room. But now you got men on here talking about how they got somebody else's woman and ran off with them, and I mean, it's just on a whole different level. Like, now you don't have to get off the phone and go look for no porn and go on XXL sites and all of this mess. Like, you could go straight to Facebook if you want to see some porn. Like, you can go straight to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and it like you can. It's on a whole different level. Like, everything is pretty much out in the open. A lot of trans men, they used to didn't want you to know, like, if they had the complete bottom surgery down at the bottom and this and that. Now they want you to know. See, they all chest and muscle up here and they banging down like this is just like on a whole different level, to where, like, sometimes I just have to sit down because I know these were the things that people wanted to keep private about themselves, but ain't nothing private no more. You're going on there, folks sucking toes in your face, and I mean, it's just like on a whole different level. Like I said, I ain't knocking it. I ain't saying nothing bad about it, but it just reminds me to what my mother used to talk about. My mother used to talk about how my uncle that raised her used to be talking about, before the end of time, how people was going to be on regular TV butt naked, singing in the nude. And, like, just the fact that we here now, like we here now, like, everything is unmasked, everything is open, everything is naked, everything is everything. Like, we kind of just in the era, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It could be me, but I just thought maybe, I don't know. I just found I'm just floored. I just know that putting your business on the internet is like transforming on a whole different level. Like, the openness about it all. It was a time, people was ashamed to admit, that they had herpes or they had AIDS or they was taking medication. And like I said, there are people on here, that have these diagnoses, but they use these diagnoses for informational benefits to help other people. And late night, the people that had these problems, they would sneak on YouTube or watch these people so they can figure out, like, what they could do better, if they could hide it or if they could do something. Everything, you even in your house, with your doors locked and curtains everywhere closed and blinds up, you still was sneaking, trying to get this valuable information about how to cure these things and this and that. But now it's like everything is the new norm, to where it's kind of scary. And I'm just wondering, like, where are we going from here? But like I said, I appreciate the openness and I appreciate the information, because there is some things that I'm bumping into that I didn't know what was going. But the way people talking about how they do things so openly, like, about what they smell while they was doing this and doing that, and they kept it. It's just a whole different ball game. And I mean, the camera be straight up in their face, and they just talking like this is the norm. Where you know, where I was coming up, honey, you go in disguise. You put your shades on. You put a double-breasted coat on. You'd heist your ears up if you thought somebody was talking about you. You didn't want nobody to know. You know, but now it ain't like that. It's just kind of informational, scary. It's not a lifestyle that I want to embrace because, like I said, I'm still old school, but I mean, it is mind blowing. It could be me. Maybe I'm getting too old. Mwah.